Now, let's hear from the man Joe Biden called the smartest man he knows, his drug-addled whore enthusiast son, Hunter. He's had a lot to say in recent days, CJ.
These guys think that we need to run away from all values in order for us to lead. I say, you. How are we getting those people back from El Salvador? Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, I would pick up the phone and call the president of El Salvador and say, you either send them back or I'm going to invade. It's a crime what they're doing. He's a dictator thug.
Bukele or Trump?
Both.
There you go. President Hunter is invading El Salvador. The criminals are coming back. What do you make of Hunter Biden's commentary in recent days, CJ?
The only thing that Hunter Biden will ever be president of is Narcotics Anonymous, first and foremost. And that's the only subject that he's qualified to speak about is crack cocaine. So I'm not sure why he's opining about politics these days, but I think that he should shut up, and I think he should do so in short order. I got to tell you, it's absolutely maddening to see, honestly, a little bit reassuring to see that the Democrats still don't get why they lost this election. And I'm okay with their, selectful ignorance in this case. Continue to be ignorant. Continue to, be oblivious to the message the American people sent you resoundingly on November 5th when President Trump didn't just win the Electoral College, but he won the popular vote as well. Because the more oblivious you are, the more we'll keep winning.
Absolutely. Now, let's not forget Hunter was the beneficiary of an unconditional presidential pardon. And he wasn't just mouthing off about El Salvador and, he actually did talk about crack cocaine. Interesting you mentioned that. He said that crack was less harmful than alcohol, amongst other things. But he was also outspoken about the Obama camp, Nancy Pelosi, George Clooney, Jake Tapper. The list goes on, CJ. The left are turning on each other.
They are. Every single day you hear this fake news story peddled by the corporate liberal media that MAGA is in disarray and that there's some new MAGA civil war every other day. We're not the side of the aisle that is in disarray. The left is turning on itself. They're eating one another, and they don't even know who their leader is. Is it Jasmine Crockett, who likes to pretend to be a little bit hood, or is it Hunter Biden, a crackhead? And so that is the best that they seemingly have to offer the American people. And it's no surprise why the American people simply are continuing not to buy what they're selling.
Now, the full scale of the Russian collusion hoax has been exposed by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. She's released a trove of documents and they are shocking. And earlier today, President Trump said he wanted to see the guilty brought to account.
What they did to this country in 2016, starting in 2016, but going up to 2020 of the election, they tried to rig the election and they got caught. And there should be very severe consequences for that. Barack Hussein Obama is the ringleader. Hillary Clinton was right there with him, and so was Sleepy Joe Biden, and so were the rest of them. Comey, Clapper, the whole group. And they tried to rig an election, and they got caught.
The president wants to see severe consequences. Will we see severe consequences, CJ, and what will that look like?
Hopefully, over the course of the last 4 years in America, we've seen the cost of weaponized justice in this country. We had a DOJ that was going after conservatives simply for being conservative, simply for having the audacity to don a MAGA hat. So if there are real crimes that were committed by Biden, Hillary Clinton, or Barack Obama, they should be held to account. Because in this country, it doesn't matter if you are a member of a political dynasty or a former president. You deserve to be held accountable. And I don't care if it's Joe Biden, I don't care if it's Obama, I don't care if it's Clinton. Lock them up if they did something wrong, because it's exactly what they were doing to grandmas who had the audacity to be pro-life in this country. So I have no sympathies for them at all.
Now, Barack Obama has responded to these allegations earlier today. That in itself is unusual. He said through a spokesman that he was not the Russiagate ringleader. He said nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election but did not successfully manipulate any votes. He added these findings were affirmed in a 2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee led by the then chairman Marco Rubio. CJ, what do you make of that statement?
I'd like to see him dragged before Congress and testify to that very thing under oath, and we'll see if his tune remains the same.
That's what I'd like to see as well. I want to see some real consequences, because what they've done here is outrageous. It's the media are not reporting on this, CJ, as they should be, because they were complicit. They pushed this Russian collusion hoax very heavily. They were invested in it, and it makes them look silly now, doesn't it, to reveal that, oops, we were all duped, or perhaps we were willing participants in this hoax.
You know, it does make them look silly, but I think these people like like to look silly at this point. They're a clown show of their own making. You know, they lied about this president when it came to Russia. They lie about this president when it came to things like Charlottesville. They lie about this president when it comes to, you know, Epstein and all of these things. And they're lying about conservatives every single day. They lied about me. They accused me of throwing some Ku Klux Klan kumbaya as a young black man. So there is no low that these people will not go to. And I think that's exactly why the American people don't trust them one bit. And neither should anyone.
CJ Pearson, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.